Hi, I'm Kate Krieger-Watkins here with an edition of the Spartan News with Mason County Central Schools in collaboration with Mason County Press. And today I'm joined with Superintendent Jeff Mount. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Beautiful hot day.
It is warm here.
Yeah.
But there's a breeze. Thank goodness there's a breeze. So we're here to talk about something that is actually happening. Well, the first thing is actually happening tomorrow night. You guys are going to be hosting a community forum in the cafeteria to talk about just kind of facility renovations, bond proposals, change to previous bonds, all that stuff. So why don't you just, because I don't know what I'm talking about even when it comes to that stuff. So you tell us.
So tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, right here in our high school cafeteria. It's open to the public, but we're also going to Zoom it.
Cool.
You know, they can watch online and actually ask questions there. We're also going to record it by using the Zoom feature so they can watch it after if you miss it. And it's really about getting our community's input on, you know, what they see are the needs of our facilities. Obviously, we live here, right? We spend a lot of time, and we have identified some things that very much need to be done. And you know, we're standing in front of the high school here, and actually, this is the 1956 part of the building.
Right. Yes.
And not much has changed in the 1956 part of the building.
No, it hasn't.
You know, so when we did in 2006, you know, we added a new gym, and you know, the front there, and what everybody sees when they come in for ball games and things, they see a really new cool looking gym, and it's beautiful, and we've you know, redone the floors, and we've kept everything up with that one. But the old part of the building, and you know, we refer to it as B and C Hall, that's still 1956. So that's you know, we need to update that. It wasn't part of the 2006. It was good enough at the time. But it's now 2021, and we need to do some stuff. So there's some things there. There has been some talk and some, you know, out in the public about, hey, maybe we should be looking at an auditorium.
Okay.
And you know, we could sure use it. You know, you know, from an administrator perspective, you know, it'd be great to have something like that in our community.
Sure.
You know, because we don't have something like that. We renovated A.O. Carlson from a performance gym, you know, meaning, you know, sports performance, to having, you know, hey, it's still got the stage on the end. It's again 1956 version. Put some acoustics in there and improved it over what it was, but it is not up to snuff with you know, a large gathering of people to showcase, frankly, our very talented community and our school system included.
I've watched many plays in there, and through the years they've been great. So that would be awesome to have like a real auditorium.
It would be, you know, and you know, we're excited about that idea, you know, but we still want to, you know, we don't want to have any presumptive conclusions with that. And so we'll hear from our community. That's first part of the forum. Right after, actually later this week, we'll be sending out a survey to our community. We'll use our app to send it out, but we'll send it out in multiple ways so people can access the survey with a lot of questions. And there are a lot of questions that ask about, you know, what they see, you know, because everybody has a different lens what they look at, you know, and here, you know, I mean, yeah, you know, you get well, you got potholes. Yep, we need asphalt. You're right. You know, and there's some stuff that's really obvious, but there's stuff that isn't. But I want to say, you know, it's not heavy lifting when it comes to our technology infrastructure. It's not heavy lifting when it comes to our heating and things. You know, 2 years ago, we did the Honeywell project, as we call it, and there is not a light bulb in any of our buildings that is not LED. We already did that, you know, and actually part of that, by the energy savings we got from that, we actually resurfaced our track, and you know,
I was going to go into
we did some asphalt, but we realized how expensive asphalt actually is, so we couldn't do the whole campus and stuff. But you know, we replaced every rooftop unit at the middle school. So the heating exchange there is great. Every ventilation unit in every classroom has been updated and it's done. So we've got a lot of that, which would really add up over the time. Yeah. There was $3 million investment by this district to do that. And that wasn't going to the voters to say, hey, so if we did that now, no matter what, this new you know, idea of a bond going, there's at least $3 million that doesn't have to be addressed. That is 2020. And so it, we feel like we're there, but there are some things, obviously an auditorium isn't something that just we can pull out of our general fund and build a,
Right.
$10-12 million auditorium. So we can't do that. We can't update and model the 1956 portion without, a significant price tag on that too. And obviously the asphalt. So other than that, though, we feel like we're in really good shape. However, there's some big asks, right? When you talk about an auditorium, you talk about, updating some parts of the buildings that need it. When we did our walkthrough, we really just didn't go, oh my gosh, it's this, and it starts adding up. It is not big, but a big ask is an auditorium, obviously.
Yeah, and then let's talk a little bit about the foundation has been working with the library too. What is that looking like right now?
Sure. So the foundation has, it takes on projects, and one of the projects was updating the library and things. Well, we they had some big plans, and then I went, hold on, because what we could use right now is something, I don't want to have them spend money and then have an overall 1956, a 1956 part of that building be redone, and it needs to all fit. So while we got started on that, we asked for furniture instead.
Right.
So that's what we got.
Makes sense.
It's very, it's 2020 furniture, right? It's up to date, it's movable, it's very student friendly, working in small groups, working in bigger groups and things. So we really updated that because we know no matter what that looks like in that library, this stuff will be able to be used in it because it's updated, And the other part is you mentioned furniture. I mentioned furniture. We need that throughout the entire district too, because we still have the old style of learning and things and stuff, and we've updated in little pockets. We need a really new furniture piece. That's what we really identified too in our walkthrough. Is like the desks are old.
They can only last for so long.
Yeah, and today's modern learning style is very different, and our kids are. They're tuned in. They're checked in with online. Every one of our buildings, have enough computers for every child. We don't have a true one-to-one in our K2 and our 3-5 buildings, but every kid really does have their own computer. We just don't send them home with them. It just doesn't gonna work well if they're not connected at home and things like that. But our 612 all have their own. Well, do we need 5 computer labs between the two buildings now?
Probably not.
They're not used.
Right.
So let's repurpose those classrooms for something better, and that's what we're really trying to get a handle on. The technology's there, we have it. We just need something that now let's rethink what we do in 2021.
Yeah, I mean it's weird for me to think about like, because I'll walk through some of these high schools. I'll be like, "Where's your computer lab?" And I think, you don't need one. It's a weird concept for me. So.
Well, it is, and I one of my favorite things to do in the summer is when class reunions come back and they want to tour the high school, because that's what they were in A.O. Carlson and stuff. And class of '65 came through a few years back, and when I was showing them around, and they were like, "Well, this didn't used to be what is this?" And, well, that's a computer lab. And they were looking at that going, "Oh, well." That was, so that was their 50th reunion in 2015. We don't need those anymore, because every kid has their own. We need Wi-Fi. We need a way to connect. And so that's really where, the times have changed just in really 6 years' time.
I know, it's crazy. And it's nice to be able to make adaptable areas because technology is moving so fast. Like,
it really is.
You could look 2 years from now and be like, now this room has to be this way or provide this. So.
Well, before we used to ask the kids to keep up with us. Now we got to keep up with them. So, they're on their game, and, and they demand that. And frankly, it's a great way, but it doesn't mean it needs to be the end-all, be-all. There's still some, old school stuff that works very, very well for kids, learning, and you're darn right. Books. And so, you can't say this is, one size fits all. You try to fit every kid's needs and every kid's learning style.
Well, and it's good that those kids bring up what they need, because if they didn't, they might be missing out on a lot. So that's good that they bring it to you. So cool. One more time about the community forum tomorrow night. Details.
Yep, 6 o'clock, right here at our high school cafeteria. We'll have a spacing available, so I hope some folks can show up and participate. But if not, like I said, you can connect via Zoom. That is on our website. Okay. It's been sent out in our app. If you don't have that, love to have those folks sign up on our app. Just go to MCC Schools, punch that into your app, and it'll download for you, and it's instant. How you get the information from MCC Schools. Easy stuff. And so, and again, if you can't make it, you can't participate online, you can always watch the forum afterwards, and we are always taking feedback. So if you email myself, jmount@mccschools.org, or Carla Mayer, or just call us, we'll take your input at any time. But a survey is going to be going out too later on this week. So stay tuned in that, and just take the 5 to 10 minutes to fill that out the best you can. We love to see the perspective. Look at through a lens that it's right here for me. I like to see a further perspective too.
Well, thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you guys being here to take care of it. All right.
So remember, tomorrow night at the high school cafeteria, 6 o'clock. If you're interested in giving your input on what might change at Mason County Central High School and around the schools, come join Mr. Mount here and everybody else.